Okay, we are back. And we are going to start with changing exponentials to logs. So, first of all, if you do have any questions, make sure you are contacting your teacher. Contact your teacher because we want to make this as easy a process as possible. We're still here for you guys. So, what we're going to do today is we are going to find the inverse of the following exponential. Well, we know that we change the x and y values, right? So the x becomes a y and the y becomes an x. So we're stuck here and it's like, how do I get that exponent out of the exponent position? Because we have to solve for y. Well, what we do is we make a logarithm. And here's what a logarithm looks like. It's log with a base b of x equals y. So when we take this x equals 2 to the y, there's kind of a little shortcut that you can do. It is, here's your base. And so that goes right there. So it's going to be log base 2 of, what does it equal? X to equal your exponent. This is always the exponent. Okay, so let's look at it a little bit better. Okay, so here's my exponential, b to the x equals a. So we don't get caught up in the x and y of things. We're going to change the variables. And what we do is we take base b of a to equal x. Log base b of a equals x. So what exponent should produce the next? So we're going to find some of these values. So 2 to what exponent equals 8? Well, 2 times 2 times 2 equals 8. So your exponent would become a 3. So your base is 2 of 8 equals 3. 2 base 2 of 8 equals 3. And that's how we would write that as a logarithm. So let's do a little bit more practice. But first, we're going to look at our special logarithms. Our special logarithms are called the common log, and that is a base 10. This is a button on your calculator, the base 10. So it's log base 10 of x equals y. But since it's special, you don't have to put that 10. So it's just log x equals y. Okay, so it's an invisible 10, just like if we had the square root of 4, there's an invisible 2 there. Okay, so right here, there's an invisible 10. And so if we look on our calculator and we actually want to find the log of, let's go 5. On your calculator, on the left side, you see log. You put log 5, hit enter, and you're going to get approximately 0.699. So it's special because it has an actual button on your calculator. The next special logarithm is a natural log. The natural log is a base E. Base E. So if we have log base E of x equals y, they thought that this one is so very special, they actually made this part different. Instead of log base E, it's ln, which is natural log. I don't know why the letters are in different order, but natural log of x equals y. So on your calculator, you can take the natural log. Let's do 7. So if you hit the ln on your calculator, push in 7, you should get approximately 1.946 as your natural log of 7. These are our special logarithms. So now let's do some work here. We're just going to be switching the form. So we're going to take exponential to logarithmic. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to write down log, and it's going to be base b. Let me write it over here. Log base b of x equals y. So some people do this little method here. They start here and they go around. Okay, so that means my base is going to be 5 of 625 to equal, my exponent always equals the exponent 4. Log base 5 of 625 equals 4. All right, let's try this next one. Boom. Log base 3. And remember, it always equals the exponent. And so the 1/9 goes there. Log base 3 of 1/9 equals -2. Okay, let's try this one. Now, these next two, a lot of kids make a few mistakes on these, so we gotta be very careful. We know it's gonna be log. We start here, we go around, and there's our exponent. So log base 10 of 1,000 equals 3. Here's where the mistake comes. Do you have to put that 10? No, it's a special case. So we can just write log of 1,000 equals 3. Since there's nothing there, you know that it has to be a 10. And here's our last one. It's going to be log, my base is E, of 148.413 always equals the exponent, which is 5. Now, is that correct? We're getting there, because log base E is a special case. We call it the natural log of 148.413 equals 5. So don't forget to change those. Now let's go the opposite direction. We are going to make it an exponent. We're going to do the same thing. We take our base and come around. 2 is my base. Remember, it equaled the exponent. 2 to the 5th equals 32. And actually, on the exponentials, you can check yourself. Is this a true statement? Is 2 to the 5th power equal to 32? And your answer is yes. So on next one, my base is 4. 4 to the blank equals blank. So 4 squared equals 16. Does that statement make sense? 4 squared is 16, so yes, 16 equals 16. Uh-oh, let's look at this one. I do not have a base. Since there is nothing there, what do you know the base is? The base is 10. Bring it around. 10 squared equals 100. Does that make sense? Yep. And uh-oh, on a natural log, what is my base? On a natural log, your base is e to the 0 equals 1. Is e to the 0 power 1? And your answer is yes, so you did do those correct. All right, last but not least, we're going to do some mental math. Mental math. So I'm going to take 3 to some power equals 27. So you need to think, well, 3 to the first is 3. 3 to the second is 9. 3 to the third is 27. So your answer is going to be 3. Okay, let's do this next one. 4 to what power equals 1? Here we go. 4 to the 0 equals 1 because 4 to the first is already bigger than it, so we have to go back 1. So your answer for this problem is going to be 0. All right, here comes a strange one. Not strange, just a little bit more difficult. 2 to what power equals, and I do not like to use decimals on this. I like to make them fractions. So what is the fraction for 0.25? Well, 0.25 is going to be 1/4. The first thing I notice is that my number went to the denominator. So what does that mean? That means that it's going to be a negative exponent. So let's check this out. 2 to the negative 1 is going to be 1/2. 2 to the negative 2 is going to be, yep, 1/4. So your answer is going to be -2. Is everybody feeling okay with those? All right. Your assignment is going to be 6.3a. Don't forget, ask your teachers your questions and have a good day.